segment.
Okay.
It's an absolute honor to have you on here.
Thank
Really
you.
is one of my favorite masters bodybuilders out there. 100%.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
appreciate that, and I
So
appreciate being here.
nice one. So just for the benefit of the Zoom, this is Robert Rodney, aka Chiseled Ice. Yeah, world champion powerlifter and bodybuilder in the
Hmm.
masters division. What is it? Masters over 60s.
Well, I'm world champion, European champion, British champion, Commonwealth champion in all classes. Master over 50, masters over 60,
There we go. Say no more. Say no more. And that's probably
and
like
my
two
and also masters over 40.
masters over 40.
Well, yeah,
So that brings me to my first question. How long have you been? In fact, what did you start first? Was it powerlifting or bodybuilding that you started first?
powerlifting.
Powerlifting.
I was a junior in 1983. Junior powerlifting, 1983.
I was three
So
years old.
yeah,
I was
that's
3 years old.
43 years ago. Yeah.
Okay. So how long how long were you powerlifting? How long did that?
Well, to be honest, I had a short spell at powerlifting. I was a junior and then under 23,
Right.
and won a few championships back then. And then I left it for years. Obviously, I had kids and family,
Mhm.
and I didn't really come back again till 20, no, yeah, 2012. I
Okay.
left it for a long time. I left it for quite some time. But I was training throughout the time. I've been in the gym since I've been training since I was about 8 years old. I've
Okay.
been, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, my first encounter with weights. My brother had. I don't know if you guys probably won't remember. He had a ball worker, what we call a ball worker, and a spring, and he had dumbbells. I used to sneak into his bedroom and mess around with them. And that was at 8 years old, and I got a taste for it then, and I liked it since then. You know,
8 years old.
8 years old, yeah. So, and I've been in the gym about, yeah, I'm gonna say about 50 years.
50
Because
years in the
I
gym.
because I used to because my brother used to train at a gym, and I used to sneak in there when I was about 10, and he would show me a few bits and pieces, and yeah, so about 50 years I've been in the gym. But them days it wasn't gym like today. We know at King's. In them
Yeah.
days it was a gym inside the school, in a youth centre,
Right.
in a school in Balham.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, it was different back then. So yeah, I've been doing it a long time.
That's crazy. I used to live in Balham, you know. I was born in South London Hospital, and then I was like wandered from Balham as a
Yeah,
kid
I
as
know.
well. It wouldn't surprise me if you know some of my family either. It
Yeah,
wouldn't
but
surprise me.
South London Hospital, was that the one at Clapham South?
Clapham South, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. That used to be a women's hospital. I've been in that hospital once. It's now a Sainsbury's or Tesco's or something
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I remember that hospital. Yeah, I've been in that hospital once. Yeah.
Okay, so what made you transition from powerlifting to bodybuilding? Is there any particular reason, or just want to try something different?
Well, I'll be honest. Well, I did the powerlifting, did well, and I carried on with the powerlifting. And when I came back, I was doing powerlifting and I was training at the same time.
Mhm.
But I was doing loads of reps and stuff. I was always doing bodybuilding training anyway throughout the whole of my life. Trying to it's more about keeping myself in shape and looking good.
Right.
And then some guy just said to me, "Look, Rob, you look good. Why don't you have some photos done of your how you are for prosperity?"
Mhm.
So he got maybe in contact with this guy. I can't remember his name, but this photographer, and that was on the 2nd of December 20 yeah, 2nd of December 2011.
Right.
Yeah, 2nd of December 2011. And he took me to a place in the New Forest in near Southampton, took loads of pictures. And then when he said to me, "Why don't you have a go at bodybuilding? You look great." And from there, I just had a go at bodybuilding. So even though I've done bodybuilding probably in 1980, I'm going to say 86, 1986, I did one bodybuilding show, and that was from what is now known as the WNBBF. Is it WNBBF or WBBF? It was called something else different back then, but it's the
Right.
same federation. I did one show there. I probably came about third or something like that,
Mm.
and that was it. So I left it. But yeah. But anyway, back to the story. He said to me, "Why don't you have a go?" And literally, I went into my first show. and won. And from there, I just just kept winning, kept winning, kept winning. And during that time, I done a bit of modeling as well, some
Right.
clothing modeling, bodybuilding stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's what made me go into it. Because I was just in the gym. I enjoyed being fit and looking good, but I never really thought I'd take it up as a bodybuilding. And that was I was 48 then when I first hit back to the bodybuilding scene. 48.
48. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So you did it in the 80s, and then you didn't go back to bodybuilding until 2011.
Yeah, 2011. Yeah, 2011. Because obviously during that time I was enjoying life. I had kids, had a family, got married, and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah.
you
So,
trained in the gym throughout, even
but I
when you
trained
was
the whole time. Throughout my whole life, I've
yeah.
trained. I've always been some sort of fitness, either bodybuilding or powerlifting. I've always trained my whole life. I mean,
So that brings me to my question. That brings me to my next question. When you look at a lot of the more successful bodybuilders from back in the day, even like Ronnie, he incorporated a
yeah,
lot of powerlifting into his bodybuilding. So
yeah,
do you think that's helped you? Uh,
yes, 100%.
in what way would you
Yeah,
say that?
because it gives you that thickness. If you notice, a
Right.
lot of powerlifters they're quite thick,
Yeah.
and that all that deadlifting, all that benching and squatting, that's giving me thickness and depth in the upper body, the legs and the back, especially in the bum as well. So yeah, it does make a big difference. And if you look at Ronnie himself, he's one of the thickest guys around. You don't get
100%.
that depth from just
Yeah.
normal bodybuilding. Yeah, that's where that's from, man. Yeah, definitely.
So do you still incorporate that? Do you still incorporate some of those movements now, or have you changed it
Yeah, I
over
still
time?
do now. I still do that now. Thing is, even when I was not bodybuilding, I was just doing powerlifting. I
Right.
would do the powerlifting training, but I'll still do bodybuilding training as well. Like I'll still do like most powerlifters focus on the free lifts and
Yeah.
they do their strength. Whereas I would do that, but I'd also incorporate chest training, body shoulder training, tricep training, hams training. I still do all those rather than just stick to what we call compound exercises
Yep.
for the powerlifting. I would
Yep.
still do the other exercises as well because I want to keep in shape at the same time. But there was a couple of years here when I did both powerlifting and bodybuilding.
Right.
I literally, I can't. When I think back now, I don't know how I've done it. I literally won a powerlifting competition one week, and then won a British champion powerlifting one week, and the following week I went and won a bodybuilding champion,
That's
British
madness.
champion.
That's madness.
People can't. How can you have the strength and be the condition? Because obviously, when you're dieting and conditioning, you don't have
Exactly.
as much
Yeah. Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I've
Yeah. Yeah.
managed to
Yeah.
do both. I did that 2 years in a row.
And as a natty, right, I add as a natty as well.
Yeah, yeah, natural. Yeah, yeah. Never take nothing in my life. Yeah. So.
Okay. Okay.
Oh
So
yeah. So to answer your question, yes, I definitely incorporate powerlifting and bodybuilding at the same. I still do that now. I still do powerlifting stuff and bodybuilding stuff at the same time. You know.
in in a prep, especially being you know well, you probably are masters um now. So do you still go into a bodybuilding prep? Bearing in mind you're in a calorie deficit. Do you change the rep ranges or the load, or do you say
Yes,
right, I'm still
yes.
want to go all out and maximize it?
No, no. Last year I did, as you know, I did quite well last year. But the year before I was only doing powerlifting.
Right.
So I was about 90 kilos when I came off powerlifting. So but then while I was powerlifting, I was still on a deficit all the time. So I didn't really start my prep until the 1st of May
Right.
last year. But during that time, I was still on a deficit because I eat very clean. I don't drink. I don't smoke. So I was on a deficit the whole time. And then when it was the first month, say May to June, I was on 10 reps. Then I move it to 15 reps.
Right.
Then I move it to 20 reps. Then I move it to 25 reps. Even though I've done shows in between that time, those shows are what we call regional shows. So you don't bring your best there.
Yeah.
You don't bring your best condition. You save your best condition for later. So as the progress goes, you're getting in condition all the time. But what I managed to do this time, which I didn't before, was I managed to stay full. Because whereas before I'd lose a lot of weight quite quickly and diet quickly and I'd lose a lot of size. But this time I managed to stay full the whole
You
time.
did stay full, yeah. When we spoke about
Yeah.
that, the was that at MPA? We were speaking about that.
Yeah, yeah, it was. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The final with
So
MPA.
MPA is like You told me what you weighed, but you still had the fullness. So now it's
Yeah,
making sense. Now
yeah.
it's making sense.
Yeah, yeah. Because what it is, a lot of people, which I've never done that, is they go for this extreme 8 week diet or 8 week prep.
Yeah.
For me, that's too long. You won't lose so much muscle mass if you do it over a longer period. So you have a very small deficit over a longer period. So that way you stay full and hold on all the time. You know.
Are
So
you
that's in that.
are you self coached, or do you have just
I
someone
self coach. I
self
self coach.
coach?
I've only ever used two coaches in my life. The first one was a guy called Andy Ox, and that's for my powerlifting. And he was purely just to try and get my bench up, and he
Yeah,
got my bench to 160, which is good.
it's
And the
very
other
good.
one was a guy called Noel. He he just saw me and said, "Look, Rob, I'm gonna prep you," and he did. And it really worked. He did prep me, man. But otherwise, like in terms of dieting and prep for all that, I do myself. He would just give me exercises to do,
Right, right,
which I've
right.
learned, and he gave me some good exercise because obviously he's an ex-bodybuilder himself, so he knows about the rep stuff. I was more about heavy. Remember, I was a powerlifter,
Yeah,
and for me, I was just want to lift heavy. Whereas you got to realize if you want to get that back, that tension and that what do they call it, thickness in the muscle
yeah.
and the intensity, and your muscles look hard. If you want your muscles to look hard, it's all about using the right exercise for the right rep range. And that's what he taught me. So that's why I said I incorporated that towards the end. That's why it worked last year for me. Because like I said, it wasn't until probably around about August, I started doing 25 reps.
So
See what
was
I
that
mean?
was it increased rep range, decreased load as you were in the
Yes.
deficit?
Yeah,
Right.
the weight got lighter as I went along. But it's funny because I found it harder to do the reps than the heavy. I actually found because I was fatigued. The
Yeah.
lactic acid was getting there very quickly. I was fatiguing quite quickly. Yeah. Whereas I find more comfortable doing the heavy. Like at the moment now, I'm prepping for this year,
Mhm.
but at the moment on 10 reps, lifting fairly heavy, and I'm happy with that. But I know but what I might do, because I held on to it last time, and when I started last year in May, my condition was okay, but it wasn't as good as I am now today. I'm in better condition than now today than I was on the 1st of May. So I'm starting at a much further point down. Do you
Yes,
see what I
I
mean?
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Because when the first of May, which is my starting point, my legs, there was no legs. Legs weren't there at all. Where the legs are there now already. So I've not got as much work to do. But I'm actually heavier now than I was in the 1st of May.
so you're in better condition at
Yeah.
a higher weight.
Yeah. So that must tell me I've actually put in a bit of muscle over the year.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I have to admit, I just come back from Cancun, Mexico, and I ate quite a bit while I was out there. But that's another story.
It'll come off. It'll come off. It'll come off.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you plan on going back to powerlifting, or was bodybuilding you for you?
Well, I probably will. I probably will because I found with the powerlifting, it does take a lot out of you because you're pounding heavy weights all the time. And obviously, I'm 62 this year, and I can't continue because, as far as my mind is concerned, I'm 30. But when the body starts to tell me, listen, you have to slow it down, that's when I'll slow it down. But I'm hoping to have this year bodybuilding and then next year powerlifting, or the year after. I'll see. Or I might take a year out and do nothing and just train and just enjoy life. Because obviously I've retired from work now, so I'm just enjoying
Yeah,
life. You
yeah.
know what I
Why
mean?
not? Why not? Why not?
Yeah, yeah.
So um, do you find, in fact, because you started so young, what are the main changes you've noticed um, training from like your 20s up until your 60s? Is there a significant difference in how your body is feeling, your performance?
Well, I think it's more to do with the knowledge of the muscle because when you're young, fortunately for me, I had an old boy, which is an old school guy, and he taught me, and he said, because a lot of these young guys they're going there now, they want to push 4 reps of 50 kilo dumbbells and they're
Yeah,
broke up.
yeah,
He
yeah,
taught me not to do that. He taught me about progression and training smart. And nobody is. I've learned to train smart. And obviously, as I'm older now, I can't be pounding what I was doing when I was in my 20s,
mm,
but I'm smart enough to do enough now to keep me in the same stead. See what I mean?
right,
So
right,
as you get older, you train smart, basically. You taper down. You don't
mm,
stop the intensity, but you
yeah,
taper down in terms of reps than
right.
weight. you know, because when you're a powerlifter, you're pounding 4 reps of a heavy weight,
Mm.
whereas now I'm on 10 reps of a lighter weight, and that seems to work for me. Yeah. So,
So what shows have you got coming up? If you don't mind sharing that, what's
uh, I don't want to
or
give too much
you're
away.
not giving too much away.
Yeah, I don't want to give too much away, but I'll be back.
You're
I
right.
mean, there's one I can mention one show which I would always do, I did last year, was at A1 in Wolverhampton. That was a really good show. Was it Wolverhampton? Might be, but anyway, it's in August. That's the one show I'll do. But I've got a few other places that I want to go, but I don't want to give too much away. You
That's
know?
fair enough.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fair enough.
yeah,
And
yeah.
what's your view on like the old school way of coaching, face to face versus the online coaching? Do you have any particular opinion on it?
Yes,
Or
I do. I do. Now, I know a lot of people do these online coaching,
Mhm.
but you can't beat face-to-face coaching because when you're online, you can send somebody a video and they can look at it, but they're not there to see or make the adjustments.
Yeah.
When the person's there, they can see you and they can make the adjustments, you know? And
Mhm.
a lot of people, I mean, no matter what kind of camera, what photographer you are, when you send pictures to somebody, they're looking at it secondhand. They're not really seeing you. You know, if the
Yeah.
light's not right, they're not seeing it properly. So it's best, I think personal coaching is much better. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, the online coaching could work. So if you're a guy who's got good knowledge like myself and you know what you're doing, you can have an online coach who just guide you more than anything rather
Yeah.
than tell you, more
Yeah.
like a guide, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that's my opinion. Yeah, not for me. I've never had an online coach, never needed one.
You
Yeah,
never needed one. Okay.
yeah. And the thing is, it's all about learning. And what the main thing is for me, is understanding my body. It's taken me years to understanding my body to know exactly what he wants. Because with the diet, and I've got the diet down to T, I can say, right, I'm going to take that out. I'm going to take that out. And that make a big difference because I know what that affect on my body. I know what foods to eat. I've tried loads of different diets and different foods, and some work, some haven't. You know, a good example, people talk about asparagus for losing water
Yeah.
naturally, but it does nothing for me. It just makes my wee smell funny. It does nothing for me. So, do you know what I mean? So you have to find what suits for
Yeah.
you, what works for your body. And that's why I don't follow online stuff because that may work for them, but everybody's different. Everybody body type and body style and body change is different. You've got to find what works for you. And that's what I've done over the years. I've found what works for me and it seems to be a great formula for me. I found it, you know?
It's definitely working. So
Yeah.
did you eat meat? Are you a meat eater or
Yeah, I'm a meat eater,
vegetarian?
but I tend not to eat red meat. I tend to eat chicken chicken or turkey
Chicken or
and a
turkey?
lot of fish. Yeah, I try and keep away from the red meat. I hardly ever make it at all. In
Okay.
fact, I don't cook red meat at home. The closest I get for red meat is venison.
Right. Right.
Venison's the
Right.
closest I get to red meat. Yeah. So.
Excellent. So would you ever go into coaching yourself, or are you just
Well,
something?
I plan to, and I've got a little program and stuff for next to launch for next year. But my motto is because I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of these coaches are good. They've all got degrees. They've gone online, got a degree. I'm a coach.
Yeah,
You can't beat experience.
100%,
You cannot beat experience.
100%.
Somebody can go into on the inline and do a course 6 weeks. He's got a paper say I'm a PT. What did he know?
Yeah,
He
yeah,
only
yeah,
knows.
yeah, yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying to you about coaching. Is should be personal. You see what I mean? Because you're there on the ground. That's where you get experience, and everybody's body type is different. You know. So yeah, so that's my
Excellent.
plan. I wanna do that, man.
What?
But and my but my motto is going to be is what you do today makes a difference when you get to my age. So I want to encourage some of these young boys, not about getting the straight cold from the outside. Yeah, 50 kilo dumbbells, 4 reps up. No, what you do now makes a difference to how you are when you reach my age or in your future. So if you keep clean and eat good and train correctly now, train smart now, you'll benefit a lot more when you reach my age. Yeah. Because touch wood, I've had a few niggles, but no serious injuries
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
whole
yeah,
of
yeah,
my,
yeah.
yes, because I train smart. That's important.
I don't, because I don't actually personally know any competitors in the over 60s. Um, Yeah, I don't. Who have done as well. I don't know any who have
Yeah,
done as well. So
yeah,
sound advice when you think about it.
yeah, 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 yeah. But I mean, a lot of it's to do how I mean, like I said, I don't smoke, I don't drink, and consistency is the key. If you notice, I'm always in the gym doing my hours, doing my time. And the thing is, a lot of these young people say, Rob, what? I mean, I went to the gym this morning at half 5:30. I didn't leave there till 10:30. What are you doing, man? 5 hours. It's all about,
Yeah,
and I could go on longer.
yeah,
But a lot of
yeah,
these young guys, they're going there a couple of hours, they're broke, they want to go home.
yeah,
See what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So consistent, because I'm consistent with it, that makes a difference. Consistency is the key. You can't just say, oh, I'll bang out for 2 weeks and then leave it for another 3 weeks, then go back. Because you'll always be going back. If you're
Mm.
consistent, you'll always move forward.
Do you train what every day, or like what's your
Well,
amount
my
of days that you
Wednesday's my
train?
rest day. But for me, I have to do one body part per day. The only body part I combine is biceps and triceps. But all other body parts it's one body part per day.
Right.
But today's different because today I do legs on a Sunday
Yeah.
and legs today, but
Yeah.
they're two different legs. Sunday's your heavy leg press, your squat, your leg extension, those sort of things. Today's more hams, glutes, and calves. I
Hmm.
do calves on Sunday as well, but today's more the lighter stuff, the hams, the glutes, the calves. So it's hamstring curls, abductors, Roman deadlift. So it's a lighter stuff in the legs. See what I mean? So whereas on the Sunday I do the heavy compound squats, the heavy leg press, the heavy leg extension. Yeah. So but otherwise, each day is one. But like tomorrow now, it's chest. It'll only be chest tomorrow.
Right.
Saturday's back. Saturday's back only. Sunday's leg only. Monday is the two triceps and biceps. Tuesday shoulders only. Rest, and then we're back to Thursday. Yeah, yeah. And I've been doing that for nearly what 30 years now. And I'm still going strong.
Still going strong. Still going
Still going
strong.
strong, man. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but in terms of your recovery, do you kind of look at recovery as a separate thing, or do you just go to the gym, make sure you eat well, and then rest?
Right. Well, I kind of do look at recovery as a separate thing because if you notice when I've told you about the exercises, if we start on a Monday, it's biceps and triceps.
Hmm.
So that's a curling. And then Tuesday is push,
Hmm.
shoulders. Wednesday you rest, Thursday your legs.
Hmm.
Then Friday you're back to another push, which is chest,
Hmm.
and then Saturday on back. So you're giving up and down recovery each time. So when I'm doing Monday and Tuesday, I'm resting the legs from Sunday. You see what I mean? When I
Right.
do just biceps and triceps and then shoulder, I'm recovering the legs from Sunday. Then I rest again on Wednesday, and then legs come back in on Wednesday. See what I mean? It's the same with the shoulders. I shoulder Tuesday, rest Wednesday. I'm doing legs Thursday, so I'm having 2 days rest from the press, and I'm back on the
Yeah.
press
Yeah.
again for Friday. You see what I mean? So
Mm.
I do incorporate that. I do it that way though, so each bit gets recovered.
I understand.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so, so you don't have a day. Oh, today I'm gonna go to the sauna and have a stretch
Well,
or
I
anything.
go to the sauna every day. I was in sauna up today. I'm always go to sauna every day, and I stretch every day.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, every day. Yeah. So it's good. But if you're gonna try and have a plan,
Mm.
some people, I'm not gonna mention his name, but some people go, yeah, what should I do today? Yeah, I might do legs today. Oh, I might do. It doesn't. That doesn't work.
Mm.
You have to be consistent. You've got to treat your body like a machine, like a
Mm.
car engine, where it's consistent. The body's used to it consistent, and that's how you grow. But you say, oh well, I'll do shoulders today. Actually, I didn't do shoulders last week. Let me do chest today. Doesn't work. You have to have a plan. You have to have a plan and stick to it, man. Yeah, that's
Do
important.
you there's an argument for, like, say what you said there with you do the same split week in, week out, the same amount of days, right?
Yeah,
And the same muscle groups week in, week out. There's an argument I've heard that you got to do the same exercises because that way you get a better stimulus doing the same exercises rather than, like, say for example, you're doing chest one day, right? So rather than just doing bench one week and then dumbbell press the next week. Some people say no, you have to keep doing the bench for at least a month, then change it.
That's correct. Yeah.
Right.
Like it's a do with, like I said, being the machine. You've got to be consistent. Now, when I'm powerlifting, I do the exact same exercises. When I'm bodybuilding, it's still chest, but it's different exercises.
Right.
Because with the powerlifting, you're looking at more compound strength exercises. With the bodybuilding, it's shapers. So that's when you see me do the cables and the thingy and the like that. Those are what I call shapers exercises. They shape the body. But I'm consistent with them. Unfortunately, sometimes the machines are not working at I'm not going to mention the name at the gym, but I'll find another machine which is equivalent. Like at the moment, they got, I don't know if you know that machine where you do that.
Is it the one upstairs?
No, the one that's downstairs. Have you been to the mirror room?
Yeah, I haven't used it yet.
Right, you see that machine that's been there?
Yeah.
That's been stuck there for about 3 months. It's snapped. It's been there 3 months. That would normally be my second exercise.
Right.
But because they're not there now, I'm having to use pliers. See what I mean? So so it's still the same exercise, and I make sure I've got the same incline, but it's pliers. So whenever I do change the exercise around, but I still do the similar exercise to it. You see what I mean? Yeah.
Wicked. So in closing now, I know you got I've got to run as well.
I know you got a call, yeah.
Yeah. So what advice would you give to? I mean, most of the people that you'd be talking to, unless they're in your category, would be younger. So what advice would you give for even like some myself in their 40s to progress and to improve? What advice would you give?
Well, you got to look at it this way. It's 30% training, 70% diet. You have to think like that. What you eat is so important. What you put in your body makes a big difference. So make sure your diet is on point. Getting the right foods, I know a lot of people do a lot of these protein shakes. I don't. I prefer to get mine from whole foods. Right. Don't get me wrong, I have a shake every day because what it is, when you finish your training, the best time to have your shake is within half an hour because your muscles are in an anabolic state. So as soon as you drink that, because it's water, I don't use milk, it's water, liquid form, it'll get in there very quickly.
Yeah.
But otherwise, try and stick to a lot of whole foods for your diet. Keep it clean. Get a little greenie, get some broccoli in there, some callaloo in there, some parsnips. Get some green and some vegetables in there. Training wise, you're gonna have your off season and your competition season. In your off season, don't go mad and try and just be consistent with your heavy weights and strength in your off season because you'll grow. So when you're putting the food in, you'll grow. And when the season comes, you start cutting up, you'll see how massive you'll be. Yeah. But consistency is the key. And make sure you get sleep. And one thing I say, I'm going to take my hoodie off so you can see how young I look. Anyway, one thing that keeps you looking is no stress.
No stress.
Yeah. People don't realise having stress in life really affects your metabolic and your training and how you are. Stress makes a difference. Try and have no stress in your life. Yeah. That's the key for me. Yeah, that's the key for me, no stress.
Robert, it's been a pleasure having you on.
You too. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man.
We'll catch up soon. I'll see you at the gym.